Atlas Shaving. Today we're shaving with the Rockwell 6S. No, this is not all the razor. We have the plate. Going with number 4 again. We're going to try that again. Last time it seemed to work out well. And I think I've mentioned a few times in the videos, people complain about staining on the top plate. But if you notice, you've seen me shave with this quite a few times and there is zero staining. Typically it's due to hard water and it's actually staining from the blade. So it's not rusting from the head. So if you look at that, still good. For the blade, we're going to be using the shark blade. For the brush, we're going to be using the FS, which I think, if I remember right, stands for Frank's Shaving. There'll be a link in the comments or in the down below. And then for the soap, I'm going to try this soap again. I haven't used it in a while. I used it once. The GLOGG, it is a special edition duck soap from West Coast Shaving. We're going to give that a try again. And their GLOGG aftershave. And the flavor or the smell is a mulled wine scent. Now this is a strong shaving soap, so if you don't like strong soaps, I would not recommend it. I don't mind them. To me, it makes it interesting. So we'll go ahead and scratch my nose and put the blade on. Number 4. Just screw that on. And I don't know if you might hear notifications this whole time from my phone because people are responding on a post I posted on the camper forum. And this is a synthetic brush, so I did not pre-soak it. So I just dip it in the water, swirl it around, and get some water off of that. I'll be right back. I'm actually going to pause notifications. Okay, I'm back. I actually had to make some room for storage too. Run low. Get my trusty cup. Now a lot of shavers actually they'll just make more on their face. I typically do it in the cup. No particular reason. Wet my face. Definitely a strong smell, or strong scent. And I know, I don't think I've added my last video to my Facebook. I'm bad about with the Facebook page, not keeping it as updated. And I'll probably post even less on Instagram. Doesn't mean I'm not going to. Just everything takes time. Definitely like my Rockwell. Definitely the smoothest shaving razor I have. And that's a preference thing. I mean, there may be others that definitely have the Rockwell and it's not their favorite. Like anything else. If you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and on the bell notification if you want to be notified. Felt like I went right over a bump right there. Could have. And last week's camping trip was a success. My son said we've only been to 2, but it's been his favorite. And it probably will be his favorite because it was more kid friendly. Now he's a teenager, but met some people at the pool. They had a game room. He was up there at that. And we had a good time. Ordered some things for my 50 Plymouth. Typically an older car that has a 6-volt system, and if you let them sit, I can't remember if I mentioned this, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. If you let them sit, like mine sets for a week or 2, usually over a week. It is harder to start. And the reason it's harder to start because the gas evaporates out of the bowl in the carburetor and the fuel pump is down below. Well, being a 6-volt system, it starts slower and it's not going to pump fuel up into the bowl and fill it up and then go into the engine until you start the car, keep the car started, and it starts pumping. Well, that usually takes, it can take upwards to a minute or 2. So what I did is ordered a 6-volt electric fuel pump. That's actually, like, I don't know if they call it free flow or whatever, but basically it'll push fuel through the fuel lines and fill the carburetor bowl. And you can keep your mechanical pump. And basically I'll have a momentary switch up under the dash that's hidden that I can press and it'll fill the bowl of the carburetor. And so it'll make it a lot easier to start. Now a lot of people convert over to 12-volt systems, and when you do that, it cranks the generator faster, which can push the fuel up into the carburetor faster. And I don't really want to do it. I don't want to convert everything. I like the originality. So I'm just going to add a hidden fuel pump. And you could add them to run all the time, but I don't really need it to. Getting soaked all over my ears. That's one of my fun projects, and I'm gonna repaint the oil air bath, paint Seen Better Days, and add stickers that would have came stock from the factory. So just doing some fun things to the Plymouth. The 50 Plymouth. Ordered some brochures for it too, and the brochures are really cool. The 50s were a great era for cars because of the technology. For example, and I need to see if mine's working because it's not plugged up, it actually had an electronic choke. And the way that worked is it has this device on top of the exhaust manifold. And whenever that device is cold, it keeps the carburetor closed. And then when it warms up, there's a spring in it. And when that spring warms up, it opens the carburetor. Pretty cool technology. Definitely, I've seen cars later than that. I had an 84 full-size pickup truck. It was a work truck and it had an inline 6. And it did not have an automatic choke. And the way the choke worked in it is you would, if it was a little bit cold out, you would press the pedal halfway down and release. And if it was really cold out, you would press it all the way down and release. And then you could start the car. And then to get the choke off, if you weren't driving right away, because normally with the older carburetors, you have to let them warm up a little bit. And then if it was warm and you needed to set longer, you could tap the pedal and it would idle down. So I'm not sure if they've installed that on the Plymouth, because it does choke when it's cold, but there's no, they had a power cable running from, I believe it's the starter or a solenoid over to the auto choke, and that cable's not there, or the electrical cable, I should say. So they may have modified it to work off the gas pedal instead. I don't know. I have to basically just take the oil air bath off, and I'll press the gas all the way down and release it. And if the flap moves in the carburetor and stays closed, that's what it has. And it could be just not have anything. So when it's warmer out, in the summertime, sometimes you don't even need it. Still may be a little bit harder to start though. But I'll find out. Here's the GLOGG aftershave. Does have alcohol. See if I feel the burn. I don't remember from last time. Can feel the burn a little bit. And there you have it. Another great shave. A little bit frizzy hair there. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video and the chat. Thanks for watching and happy shaving.